Star Trek Strange New World looks awesome. But is it just going to be another effing pile of Star Trek modern crap? Welcome to Sidetrack, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. The new adverts have been coming out for Strange New Worlds, and I got to admit, on the surface, they look really cool. I love the way the Starship Enterprise is flying in a big arcing circle with the other vessel firing upon it. It makes the Enterprise look kind of sleek and fast and maneuverable, which, you know, maybe in the past we haven't actually seen that from Federation starships a great deal.
Let's show them what you got.
It looks kind of cool. Some of the sets and some of the adventures they're going to get up to look kind of cool. Kurtzman has promised that this series will not be anything like Discovery, that we are going to maybe have double episodes and repeat episodes and arcing stories, but we're also going to get back to an episodic style. A new starship, a new bad guy, a new something every single week. They are going to be genuinely going out there and exploring strange new worlds, and we're going to get to see a lot of Star Trek that we've never seen before, and a Star Trek style of show that we haven't seen for a very long time. So there's a lot for us to be excited about. We've already met a couple of the characters like Number One and Spock and Pike, and we liked them. The best thing about Series 2 Discovery was Pike. But what the hell have they done to that man's hair?
Hi. I love this job.
Every time I see the adverts, all I can see is a massive grey quiff, and I can't not see it. It's all I see. He's talking, and I'm not really sure what's going on. Also, it seems that they've changed the character slightly. Now, it does seem from the advert that something has happened to Pike. We see him on Earth, big beard, riding his horse in the snow. A shuttle comes down. Something has happened to him. And that's going to be changing the way he then behaves later. But they do seem to change the character. They do seem to have made him a little goofier than he was in Discovery. It seems to be that they've actually brought maybe more of Mounts, the actual actor's character, through into this new version of Pike. And he is kind of a goofy guy. I've seen him in lots of interviews and things. He's a very funny guy. They maybe sort of try to bring a bit more of that through and inject a little bit of humour into this Star Trek series, which would actually be quite nice because it is something that maybe is lacking from most Star Trek. But it is a change, and I worry that maybe he won't be as likeable as he was before. I hope they're not trying too hard with the new Pike.
You wanted to seek out new life. Go where the aliens are.
Your presence is blasphemy.
Let's talk about this. Find some
I think that went well.
We do have things like Christina Chong's character, Laan Noonien Singh. Now, that is obviously going to be a relative of Khan. And that is an exciting storyline. I really like that idea. It is post-Khan, obviously, because Khan at the moment would be on the Botany Bay, floating in the middle of nowhere, fast asleep. It could be his great-great-granddaughter. We're not 100% certain where Star Trek Strange New Worlds is going to sit in the timeline. So we'll have to... Well, I'm sure once Season 1 kicks off, we'll know a bit more about that. But that has a really interesting opportunity, and I hope they actually do something with that. I hope it's not just basically a name, and okay, she's going to be an augment of some sort, but let's hope they actually do something interesting that gives us a bit more of an insight into basically one of Star Trek's best villains. The biggest risk I see, and the biggest danger with Strange New Worlds, is canon. Now, if you are a regular Sidetracker, you'll know I'm not a big fan of prequels. I think prequels are a massive risk. I think prequels, more often than not, destroy the TV show and take a massive steaming pile of crap on canon. In this case, it's a massive risk because they're actually messing, potentially, with the original series and a run-up to the most beloved of all Star Treks, the original series. I don't know why they keep having to remake the original series. I don't know why we're going to be now onto our third Kirk, but we'll get onto that in a second. And even though I can completely understand the interest in explaining the Pike character more, we got to love him. I completely understand why he was in Discovery. I don't quite understand why they're going to now have a series running up to Kirk taking over. So we've only got about a 5-year period between what we know happened in Discovery and then when we know Kirk took over the Enterprise. And then we know what happened to Pike through the episodes Menagerie from the original series. So there's not a lot of space there for them to fill 7 series if this show is popular. Generally, Star Trek series aim for 7. So are we going to actually see the early days of Kirk? Now, we know that in Series 2 we're going to see Kirk. Some of the photos look like he sat on the bridge of the Enterprise. Now, there's nothing actually in canon to say Kirk didn't meet Pike earlier. So they could have met. But we know from the Menagerie episodes, really, that Spock felt like he had a loyalty to Pike. He felt like he owed Pike. Kirk doesn't show that. Kirk acts like he barely knows him. So it would suggest that Pike and Kirk in this universe, forgetting the J.J. Abrams Kelvin timeline where they did know each other really well, don't really know each other particularly. But is Star Trek looking at what J.J. Abrams did and thinking, that's a relationship we actually want to grow. Let's have that. Let's have that, like father figure in Pike and a young Kirk sort of thing. Let's create a storyline that in the original series didn't exist. So basically, are they going to crap all over canon? Probably. Kurtzman's done it before, and I'm sure he'll actually do it again. Look at basically everything he does in Discovery. He does what he likes, and he doesn't really worry about original Star Trek. Or are we going to get an insight into an exciting period of time, those first few years before the original series kicked off? I have no trust in Kurtzman. I didn't like Picard Series 1. I hated the end, and I thought generally the series was a massive letdown. I think Picard Series 2 has started very well. I am not a huge fan of Discovery. I think it does crap all over canon. It barely makes sense at times, and there's no character to it at all. They do seem to be trying something different with Strange New Worlds. For one, they're obviously going to try to make this far more character-driven than they have with Discovery.
These people, this crew, I believe we can do anything.
The fact that they've released these trailers, where they've released little trailers, they've released a Pike trailer, and a Number One trailer, and a Spock trailer. Little trailers about all the different characters, showing us little bits of what is going on with them through these series. That tells me that they're trying to be far more character driven. There's still going to be obviously a lot of story going on, but they're going to try to do something different.
Perhaps we should kiss.
That seems logical.
Now, I want a character-driven show. The Next Generation was amazing because of the characters. The original series was amazing because of the characters. Characters they keep recasting and remaking. So, a new series that is far more character-driven than the incredibly forgettable characters of Discovery would be a breath of fresh air. And as I say, the trailer makes this series look incredible. It is stunningly beautiful, but Discovery was stunningly beautiful, and I still don't like it.
This is you, Captain. Our mission. To chart the stars.
So let's see what they do. I'm hoping that Pike gets a haircut. I'm hoping that the characters are as interesting as they look, and I'm really hoping they do something with Khan's great-granddaughter. But let's see how the cookie crumbles, because we're not going to know really until we get to mid-season of the first season of what we're going to expect. And then, to be honest, I am dreading season 2 because I have a horrible feeling I know what they're going to do with Kirk. And if they do, I'm not watching it. So, if you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification, it really helps us out, and get into the comments. Tell me what you think about Strange New Worlds. Are you as excited about it as I am, but at the same time as wary of it as I am? Please get into the comments and tell me exactly what you think. Also, if you'd like to become a fully fledged side tracker, you can hit the join button and support the channel. Please, as always, stay safe. I'll see you really soon.